Nice. First one of the day.
First of the day. Whatever.
There it is. Nice one. It's a good one.
Oh my God! Look at it! Look at it! Got it. What do you got going on here?
So we're cleaning some trout here that we caught, making sure that we get some of this shenanigan stuff out of it. And what we're about to do is we're about to hook it up and cook it a couple of different ways. Let's cook some trout.
Where did you get that?
Got this at the 99-cent store for $2.99 a six-pack for an IPA, 6.9% alcohol. Not too bad for you and a buddy to get a six-pack. What is that? Going to be $1.50 each for 3 beers each at 6.9. Guarantee you a buzz. All right, guys. So let's start this trout. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple of different methods. I've got 5 trout here that we've pretty much already cut, gutted. We're ready to cook them up. So we're going to do a couple methods. 1, I'm going to show you how to fillet a trout. 2, I'm going to show you how to score it, season it, and then cook it on some foil on the grill. And then 3rd method is just wrapping it up in foil. So we'll take a couple of them, do them all like that, and I'll show you how all 3 of them will come out differently and the techniques that we use. All right, let's start with the easy one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one trout, we're gonna individually wrap it in some foil. So the first thing that I like to do, I like to run a little slit right down the back here. Taking that, not going too deep, just enough to come along here. The reason we're doing this, you'll see once this trout is done, when this is done and it's cooking in there and it's steamy, what's going to happen here is this is going to be, the skin's going to easily come off here, and we're going to be able to flake the meat right off the bone, and then we'll have a cartoon skeleton at the end. So once I've done that, I'm going to score it on each side. Flip it over. The same thing. The reason I'm doing that is that way when I season it, I can get inside. Let's go ahead and season this bad boy. Today I'm going to use some garlic salt, a little bit of lemon pepper that I'm just about out of, and some butter. Let's get inside the cavity here. Spread this open. Get both sides. Get inside the back. Get some lemon pepper in here. Now, if you don't have lemon pepper, yes, you can use pepper and some regular juice of a lemon or a concentrated lemon. Do the same thing, it'll work just as good. And let's go ahead and get some butter. What I'm gonna do is take a little bit of butter, just kind of rub it on the fish. Get inside these cracks here, both sides. Now we're just gonna do a simple method here. Just gonna kind of fold it over. Fold it again, and then fold it opposite. Come one on top, or one on the bottom. Makes it simple. This one's done for us to put on the grill. Next, we're going to show you how to fillet this. What you're going to want to do is run about this much of the blade, all the way down until you get to this part of the fin, and then once you get here, we're going to put the blade all the way through, and then come down. Just come down just a little bit, go along that backbone. Go ahead and push it all the way through and then come down that back. What you should be able to see it through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start flaking it right off the bone. There you have a trout. For the most part, there's a little bit of bones that are still stuck in there. We'll go ahead and pick those out, not a problem. What you need to do is just give yourself a little bit of room so you can get inside on that tail. Hold it with your finger. Once you get a nice good start, hold on to the skin. Kind of pull the opposite directions. There you have a trout that's been filleted and the bones are still intact. Let's go ahead and do the other side. You see the bones are still intact. We do have a little bit of meat here. If you really want to try to get it, you can. I guarantee you once you try to do that, some of the bones will stick to that. So it's all up to you how desperate you need the meat or not. But for the most part, it does do a pretty clean cut. And you can go back and get some of that meat if you'd like. Let's go ahead and get the skin off. There you have it. Trout, nicely filleted. We'll go ahead and pan-sear this bad boy. While I'm getting the other ones ready, I am going to season these. That way they'll kind of marinate a little bit before we throw them on the grill. What I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to start off with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Just hit a little bit. Get it on both sides. Got some garlic salt. I'm using chicken seasoning. It's got a nice flavor. This is a good universal rub. Use it for your chicken, your pork, or your fish. There's a little bit of color to it. And if you want a little bit of heat, add a little Memphis barbecue style. A little bit of heat in here. If you don't have this, whatever kind of heat you like, I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit. Don't want too much in here, don't want to overpower it. Again, hitting it on both sides. And these bad boys are ready. So we've got the one that we've got wrapped in foil now. We've got 2 fillets. Let's get one more done. So this will be the 3rd way. It's going to be similar to the very first one. Slit it down the back, score it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it open-faced on the grill, on the foil. I'm going to show you how the skin will come off as you're cooking it and what you can expect. Again, let's go ahead and cut that slit down the back. So again, we're going to cut some slits in here. Slits are optional. It all depends how flavorful you want your meat. I like it flavorful, so you can cut in there. If you want, let's get crazy. Let's make some X's. Now you've got a little bit more in there to get in there. We're going to add some butter. Get it all nice and in here. And if you're watching your calories, extra virgin olive oil is fine as well. Same concept. Let's go ahead and get some garlic salt in here. Rule of thumb, season to taste. It all depends how you want it. Get some lemon pepper in here. This one I'm going to use chicken asada seasoning. Same concept as my chicken seasoning. This has just got a little Mexican flair to it. If you don't have it, get some. Use it for your chicken, your pork, and your fish. So we've got 3 different versions that we're about to put on the grill. All right, guys, we made it all the way here to the grill here. So again, we went ahead and filleted one more. So I've got 4 trout fillets off of 2 trout. I've got my scored trout here, and I've got my foil wrapped trout. I've got a pan heating up a little bit of oil here that we're gonna cook the fillet trout in. So we're gonna take this bad boy, I'm gonna drop him on the foil. Just cooking him just like that. These other ones, turn the heat off. We're gonna go ahead and just throw that on there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this, let those bad boys cook. I'm gonna go ahead and take our oil. If you ever wanna make sure if it's ready, tear up a little piece of your fish. And if it doesn't sizzle right away, it's not ready. This one didn't sizzle, so it's not quite ready. So let's fry up one of these fillets. The sound you're looking for. Fry this up about 2 minutes each side so it's nice and flaky white, and then we'll transfer it over to plate. We'll do the same thing for those 3 other fillets. Good rule of thumb, once you can start seeing it really turn white, flip it over. That was about 90 seconds. We'll run this same for 90 seconds on that side too. Let's take a look at our other fish. See a little flare up happening here? That's okay. That's some of the butter, oil that we had in there. It's kind of sneaking out. Turn your grill off if you need to. Throw some water on it. You see our other bad boy here starting to turn white as well too. Let's go ahead and give this a flip. As you can see, the skin is sticking to the foil, which that's what you want. So as you can see, that skin was coming off. Now, and we'll be able to do it too, but it pretty much should be able to just come right off like that. So this is why we cut that slit down the back here. Learned that trick from Uncle Gene. Thanks, Uncle Gene. I'm gonna go back in there and put some of this chicken seasoning on it. We'll probably repeat that process when we flip it over one more time and take the skin off the other side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it all off. I just flipped it over. Go ahead and pat dry it. Let's repeat the process. You can see this one's a little bit thicker of a fish, so this one we've actually cooked it about 3 to 4 minutes each side. We're gonna flip it one more time so that way the skin will come off the other side. So you can see some of the skin still on there. As you can see, skin's coming right off. So I need to give it a little assistance. Again, as I mentioned, let's go ahead and season it up again. I do get asked this question quite a bit often. What about the inside cavity of it? You won't need to because I'm flaking this meat right off the bone. You'll see at the very end how it comes right off the bone and you don't have to worry about the cavity. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get all this trout off. I'm at the last of my fried trout. We'll take this off. Put it on here. We got our trout. This was the foiled. This is open face. Now you can see this is already starting to flake off really easy. So what I would recommend is not transfer it with a spatula. Take it. Hopefully you don't have delicate thumbs or fingers. Put it right on your plate. Drag it on there. And you'll see how delicate it is when we get it inside the kitchen. I don't know. Alright, let me show you how this all comes together. Butter knife. Very key. So what we're going to do, bloodline right here is going to be your good measuring stick. Take your butter knife, just go right along the side here. What you're going to want to do, flake down. It's kind of like that raking method that we did. There you have it. It's like a skeleton cartoon of a trout. Now we've got two versions right there. It's pan fried. This was cooked open face. Now let's take a look at what it's like with the foil method. Oh man, I wish this was smell-o-vision. It smells amazing right now. All right, so remember we did that slit on the back. Why? For this. This little piece of heaven right here, this little piece of magic. Super hot, so I'm gonna do this here. Flake it off. Same concept. Right down the bloodline. Flake up. You can see this flake's a lot easier. Flake down. Now in this method, when you get it from the tail, you can pick up the whole bone like this and get the same results.
In my opinion, I don't know how to cook fish. So if you're a person out there who is catching fish for the first time, maybe you're catching trout for the first time, and you want to cook it up in the best way possible, easiest way possible, I would personally do this. Would you agree with that?
I agree. I agree because it's not as messy, but this is the easiest method if you're learning how to cook trout for the very first time. So there you go, guys. So we showed you 3 different ways to cook up some trouts, whether for your first timer or you're someone that's looking for a new method. You've got 3 different methods here. We do have some other recipes that we may do a little bit later in the summer. As we continue to catch trout, some crappie, we'll make some different recipes as well too. Hope you enjoyed it. This was really amazing, very flavorful. Last step is to do the taste test. Alright guys, so I put the open face and the one that's steamed, I put them all together. This was the open face, this was the steam. You can see we got a lot more of it. This is the fried. Let's give it a little taste test. So on the fried, texture is going to be a little stiffer. Let's give it a try. It's really good. This is the open face. More delicate, soft. This is the foiled.
So the foiled one is extremely soft. The open face one, soft, but this one's gonna be softer. In my opinion, I like it a little tougher like this, so I'd probably favor this side right here on the pan seared. Everyone's gonna be different. Some of you, if it still tastes fishy, now that you have it all open face, don't be ashamed or afraid to go ahead and try to season it some more. Favorite seasoning, whatever you use, go ahead and season it. Season it to taste, take away that fishy taste if you don't like it. This is your fish, this is your creation. But in my opinion, this is the one I favor. Let's ask the camera guy.
So my dad was pretty much right. Everything he said about that was pretty spot on. But I'm gonna have to agree with him. The fried does taste a lot better, but that might be because fish we eat the most of is usually like rockfish or saltwater bass or something like that. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we eat that the most, and surf perch as well. And the easiest way to cook some saltwater fish is usually pan fried. So I think that's why I favor the pan fried. But if you enjoy trout, I definitely recommend doing the foil way. I'm not saying the foil's bad by any means. It's definitely got more of a trout flavor, which to some people might be more of a fishy flavor. If you're trying to get rid of that fishy flavor, the pan fried might be your best way to go.
Well, there you have it, guys. With this right here, so many options. Eat it like this with some rice. You can actually even take a corn tortilla, some cabbage, make a taco out of it. Go Baja style with this, some cabbage, some pico, call it a day. This obviously would go great, eating healthy. Some brown rice, some veggies. Can't go wrong. It's fresh trout. Either way, just cook it the way you like it. Hope you like this video. Hope you like these 3 styles and you try them up. Let us know what you think.
Thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and give this video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and watch my other catching cooks. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time.